Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Twisty Test Championship. This is the third round, and we're going to kick things off with a Group B game today, rather than starting with a Group A game. We've got the West Indies taking on South Africa today in Group B. Both of these sides have a win to their name. South Africa have had their bye already. West Indies haven't had theirs yet, so they've played 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss. So this makes this a very intriguing battle. It's Hendricks with the new ball to Brathwaite. And a dot to begin. But I just wonder where this Test Championship's going to take us next. We've seen all kinds of drama. We've seen draws. We saw the epic encounter between Pakistan and Bangladesh. Are we going to see any more super tight tussles like that? Where, you know, sides are pushing for victory, or maybe they're able to hold on for a draw late in the day. It really makes for an intriguing battle, and I'm hoping we're going to see that again in this test match. The West Indies 16 for none. Yes. That one pushed away again with sort of that pull shot. But, they sort of just generally, like, it sort of just eases it away. Oh, there's been a bit of a mix-up. And now Campbell might be in a bit of trouble, or maybe it's Brathwaite, I'm not too sure. We're going to the third umpire here. Jeez, where was this? Is this going to be out? Generally, the umpires are pretty spot on. Looks extraordinarily close, this decision. Crowd goes up. Decision is out. It's Craig Brathwaite. Jeez, he was in form. He's out for 3. West Indies 19 for 1. Geez, lots of extras so far early from what I can see. Obviously, Campbell just the 10 runs. We only saw the 3 runs from Brathwaite, and yet somehow they've got 33 on the board. So lots of bounce in this pitch, lots of short pitch stuff that has just been going over the keeper's head and over sort of the batsman's head as well. That's why that run rate is up over 4, as we see a little inside edge from Campbell away, and that might be the first legit boundary of the innings so far. There's Shea Hope at the other end, 3 from 22, really trying to get his eye in before making too many inroads. That one driven through the covers for 3. And again, the lack of mid-on, and that's just a really quality on-drive. Again, just the slowing up in the outfield. Haven't seen too many boundaries so far today. Lots of ones where they just slow up a touch in the outfield. That's a pretty good shot, though, from Shea Hope. But again, it's going to go, and it is going to fall short as they pick up 3 more. Just. Now pulled away. But I think we've seen, the run rate be a reasonable sort of run rate at the moment. It's up to about, it's still 4, but I think it's obviously been majority extras in this first session. 16 overs gone, West Indies 59 for 1, and these two are building a bit of a partnership. It's got to be worth about 40 odd now. Those 2 runs, I think it's worth 40. Sure, they lost the first wicket at 1 for 21. If I remember correctly, there's an inside edge onto the body. Doesn't carry through to the slips. Now Campbell gets it away again. So, despite a poor start, they've sort of worked it out and got this together. And both Campbell and Hope have been at the crease for a pretty good time at the moment. Hope 62 balls there for the 17 runs. Campbell 34 for the 64 balls. 34 runs off his 64 balls, as that's another inside edge which beats everyone and goes all the way to the boundary for 4. Really slashed hard at that. But partnership moves up above 50 now. And despite the run rate dipping from, I guess, a lack of extras, the West Indies are really building a strong partnership now. Especially as we head towards the first session. That one goes to the boundary for 4. Campbell moves to 46. Oh, good shot. Might be the shot of the day there from Hope. A little bit in the air, but in the gap mainly. And it found the boundary as Campbell likewise wants to start taking them on. Goes down the ground, picks up 4, picks up 50. And this has been a pretty good innings here. 4 boundaries for the 50 runs for John Campbell. West Indies 103 for 1 as we head towards the end of the opening session. Another boundary picked up. That is session number 1 completed. Just the 1 wicket loss for the West Indies. That was at 19 for 1. And this partnership since then has continued to grow. It's been worth 88 runs. Campbell on 54 with Hope on 28 at the end of that opening session. The only wicket so far has come from a run out. So not too much to see from a West Indian point of view. Oh wait, no, the West Indies are batting. What am I on about? Lots to see as the 100 partnerships brought up there. But South African bowlers, well, they'll need to fix up maybe their lines and lengths. At the moment, I think they're bowling a fraction too short. Certainly, it cost them a lot of runs earlier in the day through some byes and wides. This one's away again from Hope. Maybe that short pitch stuff just isn't working on this pitch because it's allowing the West Indies at the moment to pick up boundaries. That one may be too far down the leg side. It's going to find the gap again. They'll be able to pick up 2 more. As Campbell will get back comfortably in the end for 2. Oh, what a shot. Over cover. And to the boundary. These two really just continuing to build at the moment. Absurd. Edged. Taken. There you go. So there's the first breakthrough wicket for some time. First one off the bowling. It was Pretorius getting the outside edge. And a good take in the end. Didn't even really celebrate it. He's just like, yep, I am a robot. And I did take that catch. That was Aiden Markham there. Shea Hope out for 42. The West Indies 154 for 2. I mean, really, that's just an absurd shot from Hope. There's an edge. Oh, the new man was fishing at that one outside the off stump. Got the edge, and it found the gap. Gee, there's a big gap between some of those slip fielders for South Africa. I reckon they've got almost like a 3rd or 4th slip, and then maybe like a gully or a 7th slip or something. It's quite bizarre the way the slips are set up there, because as we've seen, the edges haven't been super thin today. They've been quite thick. As that one, again, Campbell, this is becoming just his masterclass favourite shot. Just hit it straight down the ground and you'll be fine. That bang, over the top again. Oh, there's another short ball. And this is the wides we've been talking about today. That's the 200 up for these two. With 5 more wides, courtesy of the South African bowling. It's probably been their biggest nightmare today, the South Africans. So many wides to give away so many runs. And Campbell, does he get it over the top again? He does. Finds 4 more. And that'll take us to the end of the second session. Campbell's on 92. Shamara Brooks on 32. Pretorius, the only wicket taker for the South Africans. And it's 224 for 2 at the moment. Edged. Oh, first ball after tee. And it goes to the boundary. And that'll be more runs. That will be more runs for Brooks. He's also starting to really build into this innings. Campbell at the other end on 94. As Brooks pushes towards a half century. Dane Patterson now in to the attack. Do the South Africans not have a spinner? Maybe that's something I'll have to look into. As Brooks picks up a couple more runs. Gets to 49. Has the aid of a no ball. And he's able to punch it over cover for 4. So that'll be 50. For Brooks. 53. 7 boundaries, striking at 58.9. And Campbell's able to tuck it away. If he can get it to the boundary, he'll take him to 99. It doesn't. They want to. Oh, a bit of a mix-up. Bowler's end would be absolutely a nightmare. Now he's on 97. Got him! Straight through! Oh, what a glorious delivery this is. Swings around the bat. And Campbell will depart on 97. How good was that from Nortke? 254 for 3. And they get John Campbell on 97. Gee, the innings deserved 100. He'd played so well throughout. Instead, faces the long walk back to the pavilion, knowing he's left 100 out there. He probably should have gotten. Hetmeyer picks up his first runs of the innings with a boundary. Oh, a little bit in the air there, because it was cut away by Brooks. End up picking up just the 2 more as we close in closer towards the end of the day's play. We've got 19 overs remaining today, at maximum 19 overs, of course, if we don't get them all in due to time constraints. We will of course end it earlier then. Edged. Oh, what a catch! What's a catch! Now the South Africans are up and about. How good was that? Look at this. High on the bat. Diving to the left. Might have been Markram again. Look at that glorious piece of fielding it was. And he was off to the races after getting rid of Hetmeyer for 4. So we head into drinks prior to the final 15 overs tonight. Pretorius, he's got 1 wicket. And that's in the air, and it's going to be adult. Oh, that's nice. That's tucked away. That should be 4 from Brooks. I mean, there's what? We've got 13 overs maximum remaining. Can Brooks get to 100 overnight? Oh, there might have been some bat on that. Yes, there was. Gee, we had to wait a long time for the umpire to make his decision. But Hendricks gets the wicket. What a catch this was. I think it was Faf du Plessis. That's the end of Shamar Brooks. Out for 73. And the West Indies, while they claim a couple of crucial scalps here over the South Africa claim a couple of crucial scalps over the West Indies as we look towards this new ball, which is just 1 ball away, and it's now being taken by the South Africans in the 81st over. So it's going to be Hendricks with the new ball. He's got 2 for 43, bowling to Dowrich, who gets that away for nothing. Oh, again in the gap. Again in the gap. Chase picks up 3 more runs. And it's actually been a reasonably even day. You'd say the West Indies definitely would be on top if they managed to survive the day. 5 down, but there's an outside edge. That's the end of Chase. So another late one. This time Rabada. Again, the short stuff. The go-to for the West Indies really didn't need to play. I mean, for the South Africans, really didn't need to play at that. And then a good catch behind the stumps by de Kock. Western Chase out for 7. The West Indies, 292 for 6. I'll catch that. Was there any bet in there? Maybe not. Holder survives. As they bring up the 300 and now an inside edge. That'll be more runs. That'll be 4 more runs. So disappointing that they get away with that one. Maybe de Kock's positioning could just be a little bit better. I think we've seen a couple of inside edges just go past him today. That one sort of a leading edge. Doesn't quite balloon to mid-on. They pick up another 1. So we're into the 88th over now, I think, which might be the final over of the day. It is the final delivery of the day coming up. It's going to be Kakisa Rabada to Dowrich. West Indies 310 for 6. And he's happily leaving it through to the keeper. That'll do us for day 1 of this test match between the West Indies and South Africa. Jason Holder and Shane Dowrich not out on 10 and 3 respectively, with the West Indies 310 for 6 at Stumps on day one. Campbell there, obviously 97 runs. That was the main takeaway from today. Hendricks with the ball, a couple of wickets with Pretorius, Notke and Rabada one apiece. See you all on day 2. Goodbye.